From a wild chase of a yellow sports car in Florida, to a suspect who had no choice but to flee on foot with 20 officers hot on his heels, to a high-stakes pursuit where the FBI teams up with Arkansas state troopers to bring it all to a dramatic On a fateful day in Glendale, Wisconsin, 29-year-old Lil Cherry Gallion was caught running out of a Kohl's store with over $1,300 worth of stolen merchandise. The bold theft quickly escalated as Gallion jumped into a getaway vehicle driven by 27-year-old Robert Hill, who sped off in a desperate attempt to flee the scene.
We're in pursuit. Come out past. Still in the bank lot. Still in the bank lot. Going through the pillars here. Back to the parking lot of the Kohl's. They're going to go back westbound. Go back out in the Bayshore. Okay, we are northbound on Bayshore Drive, passing Ulta. Again, ASU 5215. Monitor retail theft. Speeds are 40. There's no traffic.
As the suspect tried to exit the parking lot, chaos erupted. He caused significant damage, colliding with multiple patrol cars in the process. With the situation escalating, law enforcement knew they had to stop this reckless driver immediately. The pursuit intensified as multiple patrol units joined the chase, determined to bring this dangerous driver to a halt before more damage was done.
Washington Road. Stop there, report silver.
Coming up to back in the wrong lanes of traffic here. Coming up to green lights. Doing stop time. Can I pit if I have a chance?
Found on 4 Washington, Jackson, looking to the south. These are for you, lining up for a pit.
Still southbound.
Southbound in the northbound lane, passing Mars. There's traffic here. Roads are clear and dry. Connect. These are 450. We're going to go westbound on Yankton.
The suspect finally came to a stop, but that was far from the end of this wild chase. In a desperate move, he exited the vehicle and fled on foot, continuing to evade capture. The pursuit shifted gears once again as officers quickly adapted to track him down. After a tense foot pursuit, the suspect was successfully stopped and arrested, bringing this chaotic chase to an end. He was taken into custody. The suspect now faces multiple charges, including theft, for stealing over $1,300 worth of merchandise from the store, reckless driving, fleeing and eluding, resisting arrest, property damage. On October 11th, 2022, Arkansas State Trooper Corbin Freeman spotted a Dodge Challenger weaving dangerously through traffic. A quick check on the license plate revealed it was expired. When the trooper activated his emergency lights and sirens, the driver showed no intention of stopping. What began as a simple traffic stop escalated quickly, with the trooper teaming up with the FBI in a high-stakes effort to bring this dangerous chase to an end.
We're still slow rolling, coming up to Stagecoach, 63 miles an hour.
The suspect took an unexpected turn, exiting the highway and stopping calmly at the next traffic light. It was a puzzling move that left the trooper and viewers wondering what was coming next. When the light turned green, the suspect proceeded, but just as the trooper pulled alongside, he made a sudden U-turn and accelerated, kicking the chase into high gear once again.
Show me your hands! Don't you put your hands down, you hear me? Step out! Lay down on your face! 430 south.
As the suspect took an exit, the trooper seized the opportunity and executed a precise pit maneuver, forcing the vehicle to a stop. The FBI quickly moved in, blocking the suspect's car to ensure there was no chance of escape this time. With nowhere left to run, the suspect was arrested without further incident and taken into custody, finally bringing this intense chase to an end. On November 16th, 2023, a routine patrol took an unexpected turn when a black Cadillac sped past a trooper. With lights and sirens activated, the driver, a woman behind the wheel, initially pulled over, but what seemed like a standard traffic stop quickly turned into one of the most unforgettable moments of the trooper's career. What happened next was anything but ordinary.
Oh, you roll all the way down for me? Do what? Okay. I'm Trooper Lane with State Police. The reason I'm stopping you today, who are you calling? Why do you need to call her? I'm talking to you.
Something happens?
What's going to happen?
Okay.
It's just disrespectful.
Okay.
I'm disrespectful.
You
Well, every time I try to talk, you're like, oh, well, that's what.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm Trooper Lane with State Police. The reason I'm stopping you today is you came up behind me at 95, and then you passed me going 90, and then you didn't use the turn signal, and you had the brake light out. So you got your driver's license and your registration with you.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and step out. Step to the back of the car for me.
Baby,
I wouldn't do that.
talk to my wife.
I don't care what you're trying to do. You're on the traffic.
The situation took a bizarre turn when the woman behind the wheel called her wife and refused to cooperate with the trooper's instructions. When ordered to step out of the vehicle, she instead put the car in drive and sped off, fleeing the stop and igniting a high-speed pursuit. What started as a routine traffic stop was now spiraling into chaos.
Main Street. See in this comment section.
Taking Main Street? Yes, direct.
See in this comment section. Car return right on Main Street.
Getting right in, mate.
See in this comment section.
The trooper quickly closed the gap, determined not to let the suspect escape. With every opportunity that presented itself, the trooper was ready to execute a precise pit maneuver, determined to end this chase and bring the suspect to justice.
Night Sky Speed 42, 42 past that traffic on 17 here.
Turn on the Jeff Davis.
Where's 28 come back, people? Good.
2 failed TBIs. We're going back to the main.
Analyze, there's not going to be no address on it.
2 failed TBIs. Going back to the main. We're talking about now.
2 failed TVDs back towards me.
Turn it on to Louis Street.
After 2 failed pit attempts, the pressure was too much for the suspect to handle. Shortly after, they came to a stop and surrendered to the trooper. The suspect was arrested without further incident and taken into custody, finally bringing this wild chase to an end. On August 11th, 2022, what began as a routine traffic stop quickly spiraled into chaos. A trooper identified a black Kia Optima linked to a known gang member, Montrell Jones, a convicted felon and federal firearms suspect. Recognizing the trooper's presence at a local gas station, Jones attempted to conceal his identity, setting off a chain of events no one could predict.
Coming up on 60 pit. About 120. Medium traffic.
300 miles per hour.
It's past 60 pit. We're coming up to you right there, whoever that is.
As the trooper closed the distance, the suspect's driving became even more reckless. Passing vehicles dangerously close, he nearly caused multiple accidents in a desperate attempt to evade capture. Without hesitation, the suspect took an exit, continuing a chase.
We're getting back on 31. 30 west. He just threw something out the window there at the intersection. 1022. We're staying on Young Road. Coming up the Gar Springs.
Done time. Where's the thing there? Description. Lucky Optima. Lucky Optima.
North on Gar.
North on Gar.
The trooper closed in once again, ready to put an end to the chaos. As they lined up for a pit maneuver, the suspect suddenly brake-checked, narrowly avoiding the trooper's attempt, but the gap was closing fast, and the trooper was now more determined than ever to bring this dangerous pursuit to a decisive end.
Hey, just brake-checked me, caused me to run into him. We're turning around here. Hold up.
Still on Gar Springs, guys.
Therefore, I just hit him out. He crashed head onto a pole here, Gar Springs.
Right to pull.
After Montrell Jones was brought to a stop and arrested, he was formally charged with the following offenses: aggravated assault, fleeing, reckless driving, possession of a firearm, possession of marijuana, traffic violations, including driving with expired registration and unverified insurance. Dramatic police dashcam video captures a high-speed pursuit filled with tension and intensity as a yellow sports car speeds away from law enforcement. The officer deployed the grappler to stop the suspect, a rare but effective technique we don't see often in these chases. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think officers should use this technique more frequently? The suspect was quickly brought to a stop and arrested without further incident, ending the pursuit. The pursuit began as following a shots-fired call in Flint City, Genesee County. Officers responded to the area and made contact with multiple residents, investigating the shooting incident. During their patrol, officers identified a white Dodge Charger with a cracked windshield and no license plate, which was believed to be involved in the shooting. Around Ballinger Highway and Flushing Road, the officers located the suspect vehicle stopped at a traffic light. They initiated a traffic stop, but the driver, later identified as Tyree Nazrael Parker, fled, initiating a pursuit.
Dodge Charger, no plate, cracked windshield, match the description of the shooting vehicle. Joiner. This is University. Looks like a single black male occupant. approaching Chevrolet right now. Westbound 8.
Westbound 8.
During the pursuit, Tyree Nazrael Parker drove at a dangerously high rate of speed, showing complete disregard for his surroundings. His reckless driving made it incredibly difficult for officers to keep up with him. Despite the troopers' efforts, Parker's excessive speed and erratic maneuvers put both law enforcement and innocent drivers at significant risk. The chase was intense, and the troopers had to be highly cautious, especially when trying to safely close the distance without escalating the dangerous situation.
Come up to Canterbury Lane. Eastbound.
As the chase intensified, Trooper Whipple executed a pit maneuver, rotating the suspect's vehicle. However, the suspect quickly regained control and accelerated, continuing to flee at high speed. Another trooper briefly took over as the primary unit in the pursuit, but Trooper Whipple quickly regained primary control of the pursuit.
Maneuver attempt. Looks like you might be trying to get on southbound 75. Format speed wise. 55,
Copy.
40, 40, 38.
Looks like we got.
He's running, holding his waistband.
Yep, black male white lane. Running across the freeway.
Black male white.
Going back up to the overpass.
After the second successful pit maneuver, the suspect's vehicle finally came to a stop. Without hesitation, Tyree Parker exited the vehicle and began fleeing on foot. However, his escape was short-lived. Officers quickly apprehended him, and he was taken into custody without further incident. Parker was later transported to the Genesee County Jail, where he faced a range of serious charges, including fleeing and eluding, felon in possession of a firearm, discharging a firearm from a moving vehicle, and several other offenses. His reckless actions ultimately led to his arrest, and the pursuit came to a close. On the morning of September 18, 2023, a trooper on I-49 near Exit 65 detected a black Chrysler 300 speeding at 97 miles per hour through a construction zone. As the car passed, it seemed like the driver was about to pull over, using turn signals to move into the median. But something about this vehicle felt familiar, a detail that would soon make this routine stop anything but ordinary. As the trooper observed the vehicle pulling into the median, a detail clicked. It wasn't just any car. This black Chrysler 300 had been involved in a previous pursuit, fleeing from Washington County deputies just weeks earlier. What started as a routine stop was now shaping up to be something much more intense. The suspect then began driving recklessly on a busy highway, weaving through traffic at dangerous speeds. With no regard for the safety of others, they put countless lives at risk in a desperate attempt to evade capture. The suspect's reckless driving nearly caused multiple accidents as he veered dangerously through traffic. Even after taking an exit from the highway, his erratic behavior continued. Troopers found it difficult to close the gap safely, but they weren't about to back down. They were determined to bring this chase to an end. The suspect made a sharp left turn, heading straight into a residential area, weaving through streets in a desperate bid to escape. But just when you think it couldn't get more intense, they veered onto a dirt road, kicking up clouds of dust that left the trooper struggling to keep visual contact. Yet the chase wasn't over. The trooper locked in on the trail of dust left behind.
Wearing a gray shirt and black shorts. Gray shirt, black shorts.
The suspect finally came to a stop and bolted from the car, disappearing into the woods. After a tense search, troopers located and arrested him, bringing the chase to an end. Just as the situation calmed, the suspect's car erupted into flames, reigniting the intensity of the moment. But the quick-thinking trooper sprang into action, extinguishing the fire before it could cause further damage. This chase had twists until the very end. From a suspect fleeing officers in reverse to a felon escaping court and leading a pursuit with a 3-year-old in the vehicle, or a trooper racing to save a child trapped under an ATV, these are few of many police dashcam moments you won't believe if not filmed. On April 10th, when Cody Davis, a convicted felon, was spotted driving a stolen truck on Ryan Street, police attempted to pull him over, but Davis refused to stop, initiating a high-speed pursuit. Cody Davis was fleeing with a deflated tire, but that didn't stop him from driving recklessly. He rammed other vehicles out of his way, showing a complete disregard for the safety of other drivers on the road. His actions during the chase were nothing short of dangerous, putting everyone in the vicinity at risk.
Driver, stop your vehicle!
The pursuit of convicted felon Cody Davis driving a stolen truck ended in a dramatic crash, all captured on video. Remarkably, no one was injured. Davis was found guilty on several charges, including possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, illegal possession of a stolen firearm, aggravated flight from an officer, and more. On October 29, 2024, Dearborn police received a report about a stolen vehicle. After a quick search of the area, they spotted a car matching the description at a gas station. Officers activated their lights and sirens, but instead of stopping, the suspect did something unbelievable, fleeing the scene in reverse. How crazy is that?
DP open for phone.
Vehicle, he's in reverse on Ford Road, going eastbound on Ford.
You'd have to be seriously skilled to pull that off, but really, how did he think he could outrun the cops by fleeing in reverse?
28, he's still in reverse. We're slowing speeds. His vehicle is.
Okay, people tell me they're still in reverse.
Yeah, he's still going through reverse on the draw.
28, as soon as they get with us, we're gonna turn over. He's still going in reverse on the draw. On Ford.
Still reversing on the draw.
Officers decided against a pit maneuver, opting instead to box him in, a safer approach, considering there was no way he could outpace them driving in reverse.
He's coming to a stop now. We're at Lawndale. 28's coming to a stop. This vehicle's gonna be disabled. We're gonna box him in.
Be boxing in at Lawndale.
Hands up! Wait!
The suspect was successfully stopped after officers boxed him in. He was arrested and taken into custody without further incident. The pursuit began on Tuesday evening on September 3rd, 2024 in Columbus, following an armed robbery reported in the Hilltop neighborhood. Police initiated the chase after identifying a vehicle linked to the suspects, with dashcam footage capturing the intense moments as the pursuit unfolded through city streets.
Green, you're good. Go!
Traffic miles, he's doing about 80.
Is that him slowing down?
No, he was 12. Doctor said he can't record it. 121.
That's 11.6 approved. Was it dead end back here? Go, 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 go.
He's going right now.
During the pursuit, one officer had to drop out after crashing into a fence. With that unit out, another officer stepped in and took over as the primary unit, continuing the chase through the streets of Columbus.
No, he's not. Come back to me, come back to me. He's gonna head back. He's gonna come out on me and over by the towers. Eastbound main, eastbound main. Go, go, go. Got it. Take it, take it, take it. Watch out, watch out, left, left, left.
I got you. I got you.
You're good, you're good, you're good. He's missing a tire. Southbound Elm Creek. Take him with the wall, take him with the wall. Take him, take him, take him, take him, take him. Take him. Southbound Elm.
The suspect seemed to think he was in a video game, driving wildly and even attempting a wall ride maneuver before getting back onto the road. An officer then attempted a TVI to stop him, but the maneuver was unsuccessful.
Southbound Elm Creek still.
Female black shark down, the black leader gains. Male black is one with the male black white, he got the gun. White, he got the gun.
Come on, Gino, take it. Missed it.
Missed low. I'll take the ear for air. Chopper's air now, channel 6. For southbound Elm Creek. Left lane, ready to cross lane.
Go, go, go. You're good, 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 good. You're gonna be in lines then, bailing.
Jolene Rutherford, 21, and Onday Sullivan, 21, were arrested following the pursuit. Rutherford is charged with tampering with evidence, and Sullivan is charged with failure to comply, tampering with evidence, and speed. The Columbus Division of Police said 2 officers were injured during the incident. North Salt Lake Police have released dashboard camera footage showing the moment a Utah Transit Authority frontrunner train collided with a FedEx truck on Saturday morning. According to UTA, a preliminary investigation revealed that the crossing gates were up and the usual flashing lights and bells were not active. In the event of a power outage or lack of signal, the gates are designed to default to the down and active position for safety. After an employee responded to the location, the gates were moved to the EAP position. UTA has stated this is the first accident of its kind and is investigating the incident to ensure it doesn't happen again. Fortunately, there were no serious injuries in the crash. Dashcam footage captures the intense moments of a heroic rescue along I-16. Sergeant Ray Rodriguez responded to a call about a traffic accident on private property, arriving to find a tipped ATV with a 10-year-old boy trapped underneath. The ATV's top bar was pressing on the boy's neck and he was struggling to breathe. Without hesitation, Rodriguez quickly sprang into action, calling for help and using whatever tools he had to try to save the boy. What happened next would change everything.
I need help here now.
28, I'm coming.
Trooper grabbed a tow rope, attached it to the ATV, and pulled it free. He rushed to check on the boy, and moments later, an ambulance arrived to airlift the child to a hospital in Savannah. The tow strap wasn't standard issue, but neither is Trooper Rodriguez. An active Army reservist, he's been recognized for heroic actions and nominated for Georgia Deputy of the Year. On July 10, 2018, officers in Wisconsin were on the scene of a crash when the unthinkable happened. A gas station nearby suddenly exploded. The officers, already on high alert, found themselves caught in a terrifying situation as the blast sent debris flying. The explosion was massive, but fortunately there were no people around the gas station at the time. Thanks to this stroke of luck, no one sustained serious injuries despite the intensity of the blast. The officers on the scene, though shaken, were unharmed, and the crash itself resulted in no serious injuries either. Erica Barrero Rapp is a name well known to Monroe police, but even officers who have dealt with her before are shocked by what she's accused of now. According to police, Barrero Rapp was the driver seen trying to elude officers. She led them on a chase with her 3-year-old child in the vehicle. Things took a turn when she appeared in court on Wednesday. After learning about felony warrants out of Kentucky, she made an excuse to leave court and then quickly fled in her van. Despite an officer following her, she managed to drive off before he could stop her.
April 13, she's taking off on us through the yards.
April 23 clear, what is the subject wanted for?
April 23, get out of my way!
Clear, what's on camera, what is the subject wanted for?
Wow, fleeing from court with a 3-year-old in the car. Now that's something you don't see every day. Multiple patrol cars quickly joined the chase, working to stop her as soon as possible, knowing how dangerous the situation was.
Stand by. 841, we're out on 275, first ground.
Clear approaching 275, 1824.
We're getting on 275 eastbound, 48 miles an hour.
Eastbound 275, 48 miles an hour.
We're heading over to back up on 4.
Vehicle now northbound on Route 4.
The chase got so dangerous that police had no choice but to call it off. But Barrero Rap wasn't done yet. She was later spotted at a hotel where authorities say she entered a random room, and when she saw the police closing in, she jumped out of a first-floor window with her child and escaped. Sergeant Kobaugh said he's seen this kind of spiral before. They start out with minor problems, and it escalates into theft, drug charges, more thefts. It just keeps going until situations like these come up. Barrero Rap has a long criminal history, including heroin charges, domestic issues, theft, and weapons charges. On August 21st, 2024, Deputy House initiated a traffic stop on a silver BMW driving recklessly on Interstate 285. The vehicle was speeding, weaving through traffic, and had previously fled from law enforcement. When the officer activated lights and siren, the driver, later identified as Matthew Wilson, ignored the stop and accelerated, reaching speeds over 120 miles per hour.
Alright, ready, I'm in pursuit. We're at mile 155. You can let you speed the cab. The speeds are 100 traffic speed. Coming up to Jonesboro Road.
The suspect began driving at a high rate of speed, weaving through busy traffic, which made it difficult for the trooper to get close. However, after the suspect took an exit from the highway, the trooper was able to close the gap and get closer to the vehicle.
60, trying to make a flight. Coming up to Sugar Creek Golf Drive. Just past River Road. The speeds are about 50 right now. Yeah, I'm trying to wait for a good spot. Alright, we're passing Smithfield Avenue. Speeds are about 50. Alright, he's turning right to Cedar Grove. We're going back toward the county now, so I can get to...
Trooper finally got close enough to make contact with the suspect vehicle, but would that be enough to end the chase? Let's see.
Alright, dead end at Swansville Drive, he's about to push one. Put your hands up! Hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
As the suspect came to a stop, the trooper exited his vehicle and instructed the suspect to get out. However, the suspect reversed and quickly got back onto the road, continuing to flee.
Going up the East Conley Road.
East Conley.
Alright, back southbound on Boulder Crest. Did have Boulder Crest. Nice round out again. Alright, we're Boulder Crest. Now we went southwest. We're coming up to Fort Creek Church Road. Alright, going through the stop sign at Fort Creek Church Road.
After a few more minutes of pursuit, the trooper finally got close enough to execute the pit maneuver once again.
Use your left hand and undo your seatbelt. Put it back on the steering wheel.
The suspect was stopped after the pit maneuver and arrested, taken into custody without further incident, bringing the chase to an end. On November 14th, 2024, Trooper Tanner Seal was out on patrol when a vehicle zipped past him at 30 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. Acting quickly, the trooper activated his lights and sirens, but the driver, a woman, refused to pull over, leading to a tense situation. Trooper Seal activated his lights and sirens, but the driver showed no intention of stopping. Realizing the situation, he radioed other units to inform them that a pursuit was underway. Throughout the chase, the woman continued speeding at around 60 miles per hour. Realizing the danger, Trooper Seal made the split-second decision to end the pursuit. He executed a precision pit maneuver, sending the suspect's vehicle skidding off the road and into a field. As the dust settled, Trooper Seal quickly exited his vehicle and arrested the woman, who shockingly had 2 small children in the car with her.
Ma'am, turn around and put your hands behind your back. All right, so let me advise you something. You're under arrest right now, okay? 1, for fleeing.
Well, I promise I did not know you did.
Listen, also, you're going to be arrested for reckless driving because I had you at 85 and a 55 mile an hour zone. That was the reason why I was trying to stop you. Also, you're going to be going to jail for endangering the welfare of a minor for doing 30 miles an hour over the speed limit. That's reckless driving, okay? If you do more than 25, okay?
I didn't know I was doing that.
Okay, well, that's what you're under arrest for right now. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Is there a way I can just let me ask you?
The woman was then arrested and taken into custody, facing charges.